I just listening to that lecture by Dana Scott. It sounds like it was in in Britain, and I remember in 2012 I was sitting in my own in this place in Guanai, and the fact that Turing centenary thing was going on was kind of inspiring, and I was sort of aware that I was thinking about this stuff at the same time as this stuff was going on in Britain. Inspiration's a good thing to have. I don't know what else was going on, but and it was partly Potter, Michael Potter, because he had some title at Fitzwilliam College, and I was employed by Fitzwilliam I actually had a kind of job title there. I don't know if they just made it up or what, but they called me Supervisor of Studies, which was like a Junior Director of Studies. So I was Pietro Leo's assistant, and I tried to schedule supervisions for the undergraduates and tried to take on, just make sure that they had supervisions for all their stuff and take on whatever was left over. And it was quite good fun. I ended up going into things that I wouldn't have bothered with. The philosophy, the moral philosophy and professional ethics course, for instance. But one of the motivations I had, because after I wrote this little 2-page thing to send to friends to try and get some discussion going about semantics and syntax and language, and you know, nobody would talk to me about it. And then Robin Milner died, and that really disturbed me. And I had this. I thought somebody had interfered with what I was doing around February 2011. I thought something had gone awfully wrong, and all that work just disintegrated in front of my eyes. And to try and recover, I said, right, just focus on something I'd always wanted to do anyway, is understand type inference, that Damas Milner paper. And so I threw myself into that as a kind of rescue line. But I had this thrombosis in my leg while I was doing it, and I didn't think I was dying, but I thought I was pretty sick, and I couldn't leave it alone. I just carried on doing that tutorial, that review thing, whatever it was, and I sent it to people. And one of the motivations behind it was not that, it was a Principia Mathematica effort that was going on at Cambridge as well that I was thinking about. something to do with Potter. Michael Potter wrote a book called Set Theory and Its Logic or something. Which I wanted to talk to him about because I thought that was quite interesting. I quite liked Potter's book. I don't know what is going on there. But anyway, while I was listening to Donna Scott's this video, the internet cut here. So that's why I stopped to say that. So I'll go and see if the internet's back up and I'll watch some more. Boy. I wrote to somebody called Avra Cohn on Etsy, and I asked her about one of Mike's students, Mike Gordon's students, a Russian guy called, I thought, Alexei. And she never replied. She hasn't replied yet. I'm not quite sure how to get back into that Etsy thing. It's the trouble with these apps. I don't know. You go onto Etsy and you get pop-up messages if somebody's messaged you, but I don't know how you get to look at your message history or anything like that. It's weird. The software is so awful. And I looked on, my phone's just upgraded and there's something like 290 apps. 290 apps on this phone. You don't need shit like that. Start moaning again. Stop.